Good morning. TomBrooksArtist.com, live, coming to you. Today, I'm going to work dry. It is the holiday season. So I'm going to go through all those materials and then do some cards. So a card can be just a single sheet, something with a border, folded, whatever you want to do. So what are some of the tools? First of all, you have a surface. Something to work on. And it's going to be simple because most of you don't have art supplies. So the very first thing would be a piece of binder paper, perhaps. And the next thing is a pencil. You all have that. And you can work on not a special surface like this. This is a drawing board with newsprint. Okay, you can work on the surface I use for painting. So you can fire me questions about whatever I'm doing, and I will respond to those as we go along. Alright, this is releasing the inner child, the child within. Take that breath. Okay, so what are some of the tools you would use with the paper? So normally you think about this as something to write with, but if you change how you hold it from that to that. So the very first step is holding your pencil different ways. So I want you to pretend you're a child. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. So you're just doodling. Take your breath and just let the marks say something to you. Don't have a lot of control. So you're learning to use the tools to say something visually. Don't forget to breathe. Oh, what am I drawing? Doesn't matter. Nice and loose, you don't have control. So don't say elephant, dog, whatever. So I have just some little thing going on here. You can turn it one way or another. Doesn't matter because you're doodling. You're just having some fun. Your milk and cookies are waiting in the kitchen when you get done. So if you have a new tool, you're going to find out what it can do, how light you can go, how dark you can go, what kind of line you can make. Okay, so I did some things ahead of time. I have a ruler. We all have a ruler. So you can make some horizontal lines, you can go along the blue lines like this. So part of this is getting some skill in controlling the tool. Okay, so I would do that for a while. And then if you turn the, instead of a line, you have a shade or a tone. So you can practice like a coloring book. I'm going to make some card out of this. Okay, I don't know what yet. I did some things ahead of time. So how do I shade? Well, I hold it like this. Okay, it's an extension of my arm. And you use your whole arm when you're doing this, whether you're seated or standing. It lets you work large or very small. My finger, the nails are on the paper for control. Now graphite pencil does smear a little, not too much. However, if you were doing something where you're going to smear it all up and that's not what you want, like wearing the paint, take a piece of paper and put it underneath so you're not smearing your work. So these are just small technical things. And then you can go, my mommy told me to draw. Okay, so you can put some emotion into it. You can see it records that movement, that energy. Okay, so the faster you go, the less control, conscious control you have over what you're doing. So just let it go. You're releasing something. Okay, let's see. Maybe I'll put another line here. Maybe I will put a line here. Alright, so that's working pencil. So I would start with binder paper and pencil. Huh? You got that around. I'm not asking you to go to the store. However, I want to put something else in here. So I've got some other things, and I have my scissors, templates, if there's an architect in the house. Oh, circles! Oh, I want to put a circle in here. And if you're following me, you know I like the landscape, so I'm going to put a circle. And if I'm just relaxing and having some fun, that could be a window. Oh, that could be a window. So maybe I want to erase, what, the inside? Or the outside? Maybe not. Maybe I want to do something with colored pencils. So if you have some stuff around, get everything out. I have everything in front of me here, so I've got cans with different kind of pencils, and the colored pencils I have in boxes. I have them separated by certain colors. I put the grays and stuff like that. I'm organized that way. Okay, and then you've got, oh, crayons, Crayolas. Remember that? Remember that smell? Oh man, you know what? I'm going to put some crayons in here. I haven't used these crayons in years. Is there a mistake you can make? No, you just look at it. I want to do something with my orb here. I could be on a ship. Alright, that's the other thing. If you let your imagination go, you can place anywhere you want. So maybe I'll put some words in here, but let me write that down before I forget. On a ship. Going to, what was that song? I forget. Land of Annalee. Annalee. Now I'm thinking about Gilligan's Island. A 3-hour tour. This is free association. It's the same thing as drawing. You let the thoughts flow like you're bobbing down a river. And don't forget to breathe. The land of Annalee. I know that's not right. 3-hour tour. Okay. So what if I call that a seascape? Which I'm, I told you, this is what I see. Okay. This is all random. And all of a sudden it's saying something to me. So you can make cards for yourself. Say, hey, I need to make a card to make me feel better. And I'm looking at my crayons here. And how do you pick a color? You've got to relax. So I'm going to put in something. I'm thinking red. Why? Doesn't matter why. I've got 2 here. I think I'm going to pick the darker one. Now, I need a place to try stuff out, so my card's going to be something in here, so I'm just going to try out to see how the crayon works on this surface. So you need to get all the different surfaces you have around to work on. It could be newspaper, empty file. It doesn't matter. There are no rules about what marks you put on what surface. You've got your Xerox paper. There's another thing you can do, which rubbings. A rubbing, if you've ever done it when you were young, is you have a surface and you're going to rub on another surface. So this, can't see it, but there's some stuff in here that came from my painting surface. It's rough. You can go outside and do it from the sidewalk. Just want to show you that. And I'm only working with the dry media. You got charcoals and all that other stuff. Anything that's going to smear, you need to spray it with something. So some kind of fixative. Follow instructions. Don't do it in the house. And practice on something before you do it. Oh, I did that fast. Some kind of fixative. But there's no excuse for not doing something. Oh, I'm too busy. There's food on the table. We'll get a little grease on there. Have a little butter card. A little butter card. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and use this crayon in here. And you go, well, how do you know what it's going to look like? Well, that's part of it. Happy accidents, right? Well, I know this surface I'm working on, so I got newsprint there to get a certain cushion to it. Let's see, do I want to... Let's see. Remember when you were little, you stuck your tongue out too when you were working. You were eating while you were working. I kind of like that. I don't know really what's going on, but I don't care. Okay. I'm going to say my card's done. I'm going to give it to my girlfriend. She sits behind me at school. I'm so shy, though, I don't know what to say. I'm going to say, love, Tommy. And just put it on her desk. Okay? So I don't know where I'm going to put the words yet. I don't want to make it art. That makes it serious. It's having fun with visual expression. You're releasing something. It's okay. It's okay. So now I got to think about this. You know what? I think I'm going to extend those two lines and make something that folds on top of this. Did I plan this? No. It's evolving. Could I duplicate this? No. It's a one-time thing. And you can see that doing this is a half hour, and the time goes by. You go, well, what did you do this morning? Well, I had fun. Did you go to the park? You could. But you're having fun. The art police aren't going to come and take your crayons away. I have a paper cutter, but I'm going to do the cutting. Does it matter if I don't make it straight? No. We live by rules, and art, you're in another world. There are rules in terms of expression, how to control what is happening, but we're not going to worry about that. First thing is to feel what it's like to let go. Nice deep breathing. Okay. Not seeing any questions. Maybe I'm putting everybody to sleep here. Okay. Well, if you have questions for me, it didn't happen last week too. I didn't see it on my screen. It's hard for me. I don't necessarily do this all the time, but it's an approach I use in my, quote, serious work. Oh, okay. All right, maybe, no, I'm looking at this. Okay, I'm going to make a judgment here. Do I want to add some more pencil in the corner? Oh gosh, I don't want to do that. I might ruin it. No, that's okay. I mean, it's okay to put more on there. Okay. I even like the way it's coming off the sides like that. So there's my card for my girlfriend. I hope she likes it. Let's see. Okay. There is skill in this. I mean, you're controlling your tools. So do some stuff where you're playing. I actually did this as play to learn how to use the pencil, and now I made a little card for little Evie. Okay. Now, you could put a little glue right there just to seal it like that. I'm going to put my name. I'm going to put Love Tommy. God, I'm nervous, Love, Tommy. Maybe I'll take some little colored pencil. Oh, I like that green one. This one. I'm just going to put that on here. You silly boy. Maybe I'll put some dots here. So it's that time of year. You can do little messages for your sweetheart. Something you make certainly has more value, no matter what it is. And this is just visual art. If you sew, you can use material, you know, all those things. Okay, so I've just done this. And there's my card. Actually, I'm going to give this to my sweetheart, but her name is not Evie. There never was an Evie. And I'm not 7 years old. Okay, glue stick, because I just want to, you know, let's see. Just a little bit. Done. And you can do that watching TV, whatever. Use a little clipboard. I have no idea what time it is. I'm thinking maybe 15 past. Let me take a look. What time is it? What time is it, Tommy? All right, well, I did have some questions that came to me during the week. Okay. Because I was going to do this, releasing the inner child. All right, so cards. You can do this. I'm going to do some more of these. I'm going to run out and see what time it is. I'll be right back. Good. Got some time left. All right, cards. And also you have the seasons, so you can take messages. All right, we just barely got started on that, so let me help you do that. Same idea, free association. Free association. So, again, born and raised a Catholic. So I've got all that stuff. Incense, benediction, altar boy, Christmas. You take your own celebrations and spirituality. Christmas. Pine scent. That reminds me, you can use those scents also. You can do whatever you want on that. Pine scent. So this is where your ideas come from. I get that too. Where do you get your ideas? They just come. But you got to set up the arena. Oh, I just see something else up here. Can I reach it? No. Anyway, you can trace things. I have some old dry bread. I can't reach it. But you could use that as a shape to build something. So, okay, pine scent, Christmas, family, cutting the tree. Sometimes memories come up that you may not want to remember, or you're very pleased to remember. Remember somebody you want to make contact with. Family, Santa Cruz Mountains. One of my sisters made it was a crater cake, I believe it was. Oh, man. All right, so you can develop a message from this. You can look things up. You know, you've got the words like joy, hallelujah, alleluia. The O antiphons are this, it's the 7 days before Christmas. You've got it's the winter solstice, the agricultural celebration. All right, so that's your paper. Kind of like, okay, you're taking the most common thing, which is a pencil. So let me show you this again. It's just not planned. There it is. And you can put a title on that. Okay. I want to do a little bit from last week just to show you what I did. Those of you that this is the first time you're here. So I worked on this one. I may do something with color next time. I mean, really formally with color. This is more evocative. I don't have a title yet for that one. And then this one, I didn't go back in. These are all alla prima, one-shot deals. Okay, and those are 5x7s, and I have another one I can't get to because of the camera. Alright. Well, the questions that actually left over and some new ones are about what I'm doing right now. It's just something you have to do. And you need to find out what the tools do. So, let me grab another kind of paper. I got some construction paper. So this stuff is not expensive. It's also not permanent, but who cares? So here I've got a kind of a Christmas red. Okay. So you can start ahead of time. You can take a full sheet of paper and just fold it up. What's the trick? The trick is you don't sit there and inhibit yourself. You're having fun, and you want to think of yourself as a child. Okay. And actually, if you watch children work, they're communicating with themselves, and it's a separate language. So I study children's art. And some of you who haven't done anything creative, you actually pick up where you left off. But you're too critical of what you're doing, okay? Okay, I got 4 here. And I'm kind of half conscious of what I'm doing. It's harder for us to be children again because we have the inner censor. So you can talk quietly to yourself, you can sing, I think I'm going to tear this. Oh, let's see, let's just tear it. Let's see what I got. Oh, look at that. It's a mountain range. You see that? Well, that's what I see. And that's water right there. Maybe that's a reflection. And that's actually what a reflection is. It duplicates what's happening. And that could be put on something else. Let's see, I gotta put it on another piece of paper that's a different color. So let's see what I got here. Let me grab a pile. Okay. Oh man, look at this. Let's try to look. Let's see what it looks like on the black. So as I move this down, I could use that whole piece of paper even. Yeah. And don't hesitate too long. Just pretend like you're walking. Yeah. Because if there's no rhythm to your action, it's stage, awkward. It's like the first time you learn how to dance, and then it's a fluid thing. So you got to get a pace to what you're doing that keeps the critical mind at bay. So you go, oh, I want it exactly there. If that's true, you got to put a little mark somewhere so you can line it up again. So I'm going to put one there. Does it matter? No. Alright, so how do I want to glue it? So do I want to glue this down? The bottom part down? Do I want to make it kind of bumpy? So some of these things you got to think about. I'm going to do a 1/2 half at a time. This glue stick I haven't used for a while, so I'm not sure. It's a dog glue stick. Let's see if I have enough glue. No, I don't. Happy accidents. I'm not ambidextrous when I glue, so now I'm discovering some things about water. The night sky. This construction paper I probably got from Costco or something. You've got all your wet things like the markers. You can use that if you want to use like pen and ink stuff. Today it's just dry. So whatever you have around, everybody knows how to glue. You use Elmer's glue. I don't like Elmer's glue. The smell of things, I like certain smells, okay? That's pretty good. Smells like clean clothes. And let's turn it the other way. No, I like it this way. Oh, I'm going to think of a name. It's West Seattle, because I like West Seattle. So I want to put that down, because I don't remember stuff very well. And you can create your story, West Seattle. Christmas time. Okay? West Seattle Christmas time. So that's part of your story. Most of you write something down. So if I'm saying I could name it as a body of water, then you would see it as reflection at night. And you got green, so you go, well, maybe I want to do something else or whatever. And don't be afraid if things don't work out. Because you can always use pieces of it. It doesn't matter. I have things I've done. In fact, I'm going to show you this now. I know I'm about out of time. On the easel over here. Let's see. Okay, over there, this is a piece that I did last week. I don't think I did it on here. No, I ran another video. But this is several layers. This one is about layering. So I set up a program to do that. So there's like 1, 2, 3, 4 layers, and they have to dry. So there's interaction here, the red and green. And I'm not sure it's finished. Finished means it's complete in some fashion to me. But I don't like making that determination right away. So I've rotated this several times. Okay, let's see. I gotta check the time because I don't have any time in here. Next week, well, I'll take your suggestions. I go back to painting some. Just keep working with how do you do something? How do you make something? So today, randomly, I made this for my sweetheart. And yes, this is reversed. I don't know why. It's like Leonardo da Vinci wrote backwards. And then I have this one. Okay, and the card can be just put up on the refrigerator. Okay, and Christmas time. So I'll do a couple things during the week. Send me some things. If you have ideas, comments, TomRoadArtist.com.